So you're right in the middle of a workout and you're just struggling to get through it and you feel like giving up, but in your head you're going, no, 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 I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep pushing through. So how do you actually go about pushing through when you're struggling like that? And that's the exact question that we wanted to talk about today, which is, I'm struggling during my workout. What will I do? And it is a frequently asked question that we get from our women who are trying to find their fitness after 50. Have you ever experienced this yourself, Sel?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're in the
absolutely.
middle of it and you're second guessing and you're like at that point where, oh, I'm just going to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Or even just getting started can be a bit of a struggle
Yeah.
as well too. But this is actually, I'm in it. So that's what we want to address today. I'm in it, and how am I going to push through it? And there were so many tips that I thought we could share today, but we want to try and keep it as quick and as brief and give you what we think is the top tips as far as pushing through it. So the first tip that I'm going to start off with, Sal, is focusing on your breath. Because when you're actually focusing on your breath, you're in that moment, you're centered, and so there's nothing else distracting you. You're not thinking about, oh my goodness, I just want this over and done with. And, when you control your breath like that, what you're doing is you're getting oxygen into your muscles, and that in turn is going to increase those energy levels. So I think that's a good one to start with.
It is. It is. And when
Mm,
you talk about focusing on it, slowing it down, it just brought back a memory when I first started doing running. And
mm,
you're like, trying to gasp as much oxygen in as you could. But once I learned to focus on it,
yeah.
breathing in and
Hmm.
breathing out, it was so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your first tip then, Sel?
My first tip is just to focus on the moment.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
don't be thinking about the end of it. Don't be thinking about rushing to get to the end of it. Focus on what exercise you're doing
Yeah.
and in that moment. So,
Mm,
connecting with your body.
I like that. And it is one of the extra ones that I had in my head as well too. So I'm going to go with my tip number 2 is going to be focusing on the small increments, like one step at a time, because when you do that, it becomes more manageable. So instead of thinking about, okay, I'm doing a half-hour workout or whatever it happens to be, it's just I'm doing this one exercise right now. And so I'm just going to do that, which is very similar to what you're saying there, is just stay in the moment, same as what the breath is. And I think we're going to find that that's a common theme with the tips that we're giving today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My second tip is, and I use this a lot, is I did it yesterday, so I can do it
Oh,
today. You know, when you think about it that way and you have that thought in your head, what excuse is there for you to stop? Because you did it
yeah.
yesterday, you were able to do it yesterday.
Mm, mm.
So that's a big one for me. I always think about, well, I did it yesterday.
I really like that because it's very similar to what my tip number 3 is, which is, come up with your mantra or
That's
your
right.
personal word or something like that. It doesn't matter what it is, I'm strong. So, just keep telling yourself that over and over and over again. So very similar. Okay, what's your tip number 3 then?
My tip number 3, we always say it, you and I, accountability. If you're doing
Mm,
anything, if you're doing your workouts by yourself,
yeah,
find somebody to do them with, or find a coach.
yeah.
Find a FitFlex studio to do them in.
Oh, good plug,
um, but I,
Sel.
but I think accountability is key. You're going to show up.
Yeah.
You're going to push each other. If you have a coach, she's going to push you. and
Yeah.
she's not going to let you give up, and she's going to be positive for you.
And that reminds me of a session that I was working out with you as my coach this week. And you noticed one of the ladies went to drop the weights down, and you went, "Oh, hang on a minute, June, come on, what are you doing there?" So, and she picked up those heavier weights again, and she stuck
did.
with them.
She did.
So I really like that. So, Sal, I think, as I said, our tips today are all about just staying present in what you're doing. It doesn't matter whether it's breath work, that one word that you're focusing on, those small increments. But yeah, getting that level of accountability is a really important thing as well too, because I know that we have difficulty in pushing ourselves. It's just human nature. Our bodies are going to find the easiest way out.
And if you found the most motivation to get up and get into that workout, make it count.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Thanks for joining me today, Sal. We'll see you on the next
one,
one, ladies.
As always. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.